Again, I'm Carol Rauschenberger. A little housekeeping for me also. I didn't have time to do campaign literature yet, but I do have some sheets on the back table that tell a little bit about myself and my values, as according to my stance on Elgin. And just a little more about myself. Again, I grew up in Elgin. I moved back here 6 years ago with a husband and 3 children, all who attend U46. Since I've been in Elgin, I've been an active community member. I started because I feel that we need, as a community, to raise our image in the face of our surrounding communities. I started the community science fair using, the city of Elgin did not support it, but of course the Gail Borden Library and U46 supported me. And we've gone from 200 to 1,000 students annually attending a science fair. Is it bad to be known for a great science fair in the area? No. I've also started an idea that I had from the other communities that I've lived in, and I would like this to be a downtown business, is to do a food cooperative. I think we all need access to more healthy, affordable food. And this is a process where you gather people that have the same idea as you do, and you start what is called a cooperative. It is a for-profit business, and we've incorporated. We're getting ready to do a feasibility study, and anyone can shop at it, and anyone can be a shareholder. These are the sort of ideas that I think that I can bring to Elgin, that I've not only brought, but I've already started to incorporate into the fabric of Elgin. And I want someone to ask me afterwards about the rain tax, which is also called the storm runoff water tax, and how important that is for the future of our rivers and our water quality in the area. You know, I'm bullish on Elgin. I said that before. I think Elgin has done a great job compared to the state of Illinois or the United States of America. If you look at their 10-year projections, the number of employees from 2001 to 2011 has not changed. And we've got about 20% more people in households. They've done a good job, and we need to continue that.
Again, I'm Craig Drissing. I have postcards in the back that will direct you to my website or my Facebook page. Like Carol, I'm a 2-time resident of Elgin. I first lived here 18 years ago and then moved back in 2006 at the peak of the housing market. When we were house shopping, I couldn't believe how much Elgin had both changed and stayed the same in a very good way. She had transformed herself without losing her core. And I love that about Elgin. I realize that Elgin's more than a plot of land with a bunch of buildings. She is people who deserve accountability, transparency, respect, and regard for all voices. My neighbors are concerned, as I am, about the value of our homes, the quality of our neighborhoods, the ability to keep businesses open. They're concerned about taxes, both hidden and seen, and the kinds of environments and opportunities their kids have to learn, dream, and grow. 25 years ago, when I worked for Harm Weber, who was then the president of a tiny, struggling little college called Judson, he said something to me that I've carried with me through the years. He said, "Adversity is the best education, and it's a great motivator. We're going to be okay." That's certainly proven true in my life, and I've seen that it's proven true for the city of Elgin as well. Elgin has used her challenges as opportunities to become better. And that's what I love about her, and that's why I want to serve her.
I applaud John Prigge as the only member of the board or the council that didn't come from a government background. I think that's wonderful. And I think whoever you elect next time should follow that suit. It seems that once somebody in the public sector is elected, they think they have unlimited funds from us taxpayers to do whatever they want. That needs to stop. You need to elect a business person, not another public official. We've been hearing a lot of bad mouth about the city, but let me tell you a good thing that happened with me in the city. When we moved here, we bought one of the old mansions that needed restoration. It had $20,000 in fines against it, so until that was cleared up, we couldn't buy it, and the seller was not going to pay it. So I went down and talked to the city attorney. This was 15 years ago. Different city attorney, different manager, and we worked it out. We mitigated the fines down to a reasonable level, which she paid, and allowed us to buy the home and rehab it. And I dare say a lot of you have been to that home. It's on Highland Avenue, next to the old Highland House apartment building. We need to run the city as a business, and I think if we elect business people, we can do that. We need to have it results-oriented and not just continue to tax and spend. Thank you.
Thank you, Octave, for hosting tonight's forum, and thank you to you, the voters, for coming out tonight. If I had to guess the reason you are here tonight, it's the same reason why I'm here. You too care about Elgin, its future, and what that means to all of us. But you're also here to identify a candidate that shares your values and positions on the issues. And you're also looking for a candidate that will follow through on what they're going to say. While growing up on a family farm, my parents ingrained in me the importance of working hard, saving, investing, and living within your means. These qualities have stuck with me into adulthood, and I believe are missing on the current council. Our riverboat cash streams are diminishing, and the glory days of endless public projects are behind us. We need a city council that understands the strength of Elgin comes from its citizens, its businesses, and its community. The city of Elgin should not be an ever-expanding municipal empire. The Elgin Center, the Hemmons Auditorium, the riverfront projects, these are all wonderful things. But the city of Elgin now owns 3 golf courses, 2 recreational centers, and hundreds of commercial and residential properties. Where does it stop? We need council members who will be good stewards of our taxpayer dollars. We need council members who won't get distracted by shiny objects or slick marketing presentations. And we need more than one city council member willing to say no. On February 26th, you have a choice, and I ask that you vote for me, Toby Shaw, someone who will bring a fresh approach and practical leadership to today's challenges. Someone who will work to reduce the tax burden on residents. Someone who will work to bring accountability to the massive losses we are currently experiencing at some of our largest facilities. Someone who will represent you and stand up for you and fight for you, the taxpayer, as their #1 goal. Thank you.
Hi. I want to thank all of you for attending and listening to everything that everyone has to say. I'd like to thank the church for having us here. It's I know it's tough to have a church service in the day and then come at night and have to clean up after all of us. So I truly appreciate it, and I appreciate the Elgin Octave for having us here for the forum. I decided that I was going to run for city council because I wanted to represent my side of Elgin, far west side. But I also want to represent everybody. The way I live my life in a way that if I can't afford it, I save until I can. Money doesn't come easy to people. You have what you have, you can't keep grabbing more and more to do more things. I understand that. I understand that in my own life. I wait until I have the money, I save for big projects, little projects, whatever. I don't carry credit card debt. I don't believe in looking at all of you and saying, you know what, you can give us another dollar, and you can give us another dollar, and you can give us another dollar. Because it's not going to hurt. $1 more out of your pocket, that's not going to hurt. Well, it does, especially people on a fixed income. There's lots of people on a fixed income. There's lots of people who are living in low income. And a dollar means food. And I understand the concept of a dollar means food. And I will work my hardest, if elected, to make sure that you all keep as many of those dollars in your pockets as you can and still maintain the core services that we have that we need. We need to be protected. If our home's on fire, we need to have those fire department people to be able to come to our house. If we have a heart attack, we need to have those ambulances to be able to come to our homes. So we need to keep that core services. But there's a lot of expenditures that we don't need to keep. We don't need to put out $200,000, $400,000 to see if something's feasible at this point in our economy. We need to keep that money here in our community and take care of our community right now. Thank you.
So who is this guy, Big Mike, who always thinks differently? And what has he done in the last 20 years that he said he's been here in Elgin? I'm a contract trainer for a company called Eagle Productivity Solutions. I'm a substitute teacher in U46 for 7 years. I'm a customer service at the front desk at the center of Elgin. I'm a customer service rep. And I'm a certified mixologist. I'm also a victim of underemployment for the last 5 years. I feel the pain directly at this economy. But what did I do in the last 20 years? Well, first of all, I graduated from DePaul University with a BS in marketing. I had 25 years in technology sales, working on multi-million-dollar contracts and negotiating technical sales and designs of fiber optic networks across the country. I'm president of the Country Trails Neighborhood Association for past 16 years, graduate of the Elgin Leadership Academy in the class of 2000. I was the Elgin Leadership Academy member to the Chamber of Commerce on the board of directors. I'm an Elgin Police Academy graduate. I'm a certified Citizens Emergency Response Team trained. I'm a Neighborhood Watch block captain. I was on the Citizen Advisory Council that worked on the Shales Parkway design and implementation when they put Shales Parkway through with the city of Elgin. U46 Citizens Advisory Council member for several years. Co-chairman of the Enrollment Facilities Committee on the U46. Boy Scout troop leader, not troop leader, but a group leader. Scout Pack 49 and support leader positions with the Scouts. Fox Waterway cleanup volunteer, wetlands caretaker and activist. Multiple presentations to the City Council, the Planning Commission, and various boards. My memberships to date: I'm a 4th degree member of the Knights of Columbus. I'm proud to say I'm a member on the Board of Officers. I'm the finance officer at the American Legion, Sons of American Legion Post 57. And I invite you all to breakfast tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. I'm cooking also. Thank you.
In 1835, John Gifford stood in his wood cabin not too far away from here. He was sitting there one winter night contemplating the future of the city that he just incorporated. He knew that the road he would take in the next couple of years would make or break this city. Mr. Gifford realized the right path, and not only to his surprise, did the city grow over the next 178 years into one of the largest cities here in Illinois. Today we face a similar dilemma. We face an Elgin in which we have 2 roads. We have one Elgin in which we as a community see an increased bill which City Hall will gracefully slip to us, the taxpayer. Or the other road that is unfortunately less traveled here in the land of Lincoln, the road in which local leaders will look at what is economically feasible and responsible with our money. This is why this election is the most important one in Elgin history. This road is the road I advocate. The main issue of this election is whether we believe in the capacity of self-government or if we continue to allow a select few people to represent the interests of City Hall and not that of the taxpayer. The proof can be seen in the last budget City Hall passed. They increased property taxes in order to justify the largest taxing increase we have ever seen in modern Elgin. But this is not the end of it. I warn everyone here of the future. I know we will see a rainwater tax, which will be forced upon the people. No matter what we say or do, the fact of the matter is the council, as is, will pass it. The right people must be elected to curb this expansion of government in the pocketbooks of Joe taxpayer. The simple matter of it is, once a government increases itself in size, it will never voluntarily reduce itself. And believe me when I say this, ladies and gentlemen, a tax once proposed and enacted will be the closest thing to eternal life we see on this earth. For that reason, you need to elect local leaders who will fight for the taxpayer, or we will continue to see gross expansion in spending and growth of government here locally. Thank you and God bless.
Orders here. Again, my name is Terry Gavin. I thank Elgin OCTAVE for holding this forum tonight. It was very well done. I thank Mark and Karen Aarons for opening up the church for our youth today. right here in my neighborhood. I'm running in the 4-year race for city council again. The main reason I'm running is that over the last 2 years, I've attended most all of the council meetings and budget meetings. During those 2 years, the majority of this council has voted for the largest tax increases in our history. And here are the facts. Between new and increased taxes, they've collected from us and our businesses $25 million based on the city's own numbers. At the same time, they lowered our property tax levy by only $6.5 million. All of this during a time of a stagnant economy. These same council members have been bragging about lowering their property taxes while they've taken $19 million more out of our pockets. Most Cook County residents have not seen their property taxes go down, but up. Plus the city is collecting at least $200 a year more from each household in these new taxes than in previous years. At the same time, this council has increased spending over the last 2 years by 36.7% from year 2011 to the budget they passed 4 weeks ago. In the year 2011, the total city budget was $203 million. This year it will be $278 million. This is a massive increase in the size of city government and a massive increase in taxes. In closing, I want to say, just say no to bigger government and more taxes, and say no to those candidates that wouldn't show up tonight. Vote for Terry Gavin on April 9th. Thank you, and drive home safely.
Everyone remember, he's in the 4-year race, I'm in the 2. There are something over 20,000 parcels of property in the city of Elgin. Just an interesting fact for you to log into your mind when you start talking about taxes. And by the way, the extensions of that are not done in the city of Elgin. They're done by the township assessor and the county clerk. In Elgin, we have 66 miles of sewer. Now, we have a little bit of a problem with our sewer. We have the actual sewer that comes out of our home, and then we have the runoff sewer. And the runoff, when it is in our combined sewer and it gets too high, then it has a tendency to back up in basements, and you know what comes out of a sewer. If you got a block of salt on the floor that you're going to put in your water conditioner, it can kill everybody in the house, dead as hell. The other bad part of this is that you're pumping raw sewage out into the river. You're under federal guidance telling you to correct this problem. And they've been working on this problem. But it costs money. It's a complicated problem. It takes a long time. It costs money. In closing, let me add that whoever you elect up here has to work in a team. There'll be 9 people on that board, and they have to be able to communicate with each other politely and intelligently, and sometimes not so politely. And everybody get over it. It's the only way we can go forward. That's what's important, not which one of us happens to end up in the seat.
All right, I guess I'm the last one to get to go tonight. I just want to thank the Octave and everyone who made this possible and everyone for coming tonight. And just to say, we've now heard from everyone great reasons what type of person we need and why we need a new council. And I'm the right guy for you. I have a degree in mechanical engineering from Northwestern University. I am still fairly new in town, having been here for 2.5 years, so I have new viewpoints to bring in and a new way of thinking that can really help revitalize it. My wife and I plan to be here the rest of our lives, and we're expecting our first child in May, so we're planning for that child's future now, and I want to make Elgin as great as it can be for as long as possible, because it's not just me I'm planning for, it's my kids. I am right now treasurer of the Southwest Area Neighbors. I am head of the PR and IT team over at Zion Lutheran Church. I am a small business owner in the city. I'm used to working with teams or trying to get things done on my own. And so I can step forward and speak for you and speak with you to know what it is that you want and what you need. Elgin needs things to be better. It's a great city, but it needs things to be better. And the way to do that is to come in and actually look at a problem, analyze it, and fix it without having to pay for these ridiculously expensive studies. Without having to send money to other towns to see, hey, what are you going to spend our money on? We're sending people to go and shop elsewhere because we don't have enough here because we're not friendly enough to businesses. That's tax dollars going elsewhere, that's money you have to spend in another town, and that's money that you're spending to get there with gas prices. We reduce taxes, we bring more people in, and Elgin will thrive, and we can reduce the tax burden on all of us. We need to put Elgin and her citizens first. By the way, my name is Andrew Cumming, as I said before, and I have literature outside. And if you want full answers to the questions on the Octave survey, I have that available on my website, andrewforelgin.com. And I encourage everyone to go there and look at my full answers because you don't get a full idea just from what was written in the survey. Thank you.
Thank you all very much. A round of applause. I can speak from experience when I say that I know that takes a tremendous amount of courage to do, not just to put yourself out there as a candidate, but then to attend a forum and answer questions blindly, not knowing exactly what they are. As you can see, we didn't have our, we had gloves on tonight. This was no brutal boxing match by us. We wanted to make this as open of a forum as possible and allow the candidates as much flexibility in answering our questions as we could. We greatly appreciate your candor. Thank you. A couple of announcements. First, you can follow this live on Twitter and discuss the topics that were addressed this evening at hashtag Elgin 2013. And also, there are more forums coming up. That's good news. The next one coming up will be the League of Women's Voter Candidate Forum. That's Sunday, February 24th, 1 o'clock p.m. at the Gail Gordon Public Library. Please, everyone, do stick around and ask follow-up questions of the candidates. They'll be here, I'm sure, for a little while, and we have refreshments also out in the lobby. Please feel free to help yourself to that as well. Thank you very much again for coming.
One last brief announcement, or two brief announcements. Again, it's really critical for us to express our appreciation to Pastor Mark Aarons and the church. I can't tell you how hard it is to try and find a place that will host a forum. It's very difficult. And so I want to give a special round of applause and ask everyone if they can put $1 into the bucket, which is out by the door. All that money will go to the church. We won't get any of it. And lastly, anyone here who's interested in Elgin City politics, and every one of you is or are, please check out a web blog called The Elginite. Please, it's a great place for you to come and discuss ideas. So again, thank you very much, especially the church. I want to give them another round of applause.